guys? Welcome to Warrior Addict. I'm Ben Harrison. Today we're going to get into some Surya Namaskar, some sun salutations, create some blood flow. We're going to do some Surya B. We're going to keep it pretty short though, to do about 20 minutes, and then we're going to get into some hip openers. So when we talk about hip opening in yoga, what we usually mean is extension of your piriformis, tensor fascial latae, and just getting into external rotation. So we're going to do a flow, some sequence of these. Alright guys, let's start on our backs. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, just allow the knees to open out towards the mat. There's no variation, it's always the same thing. So we're just coming into our breath, right? Coming into the sound and sensation of breathing. So we start to focus ourselves in the present. We're not thinking about the future. We're not predicting, anticipating. We're not getting stressed about that. We're not thinking about the past either. Creating rumination and depression. We're breathing through the nose. And we want to create long, slow nasal exhalations. So as always, we get ourselves into the parasympathetic side of the nervous system. That is the side of the nervous system that's going to allow us to be more flexible in our practice. They say that the hips are where we store our stress, trauma, and tension. That's not just in yoga, they say it in TRE, trauma release exercise therapy methods. So this could be a great practice for you if you've only got about 20 minutes and you've had a stressful day. Let's begin by engaging the core. Let's wake that up. Inhale, bring the knees together, guys. And elevate the legs here. Supine chair pose. Press into the floor. Maybe you can even lift the sacrum a little. Maybe you can even reach the hands forward. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing to hold or straightening out the legs, forming our low boat pose, low dish position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're still in the supine chair, I want you to see if you can extend to here, and then pike and elevate up to here. We're in our high boat pose now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, extend. We'll either back here, or again, we can regress it to here. That's completely okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the feet to the floor, heel toe. Feet are out to hip distance apart, and a good alignment point is that we can brush our heels with our fingertips. Press the shoulders back into the mat. Inhale, lift up and in below the belly button. Roll the spine up. So pressing the shoulders back into the mat engages and develops. It strengthens the rhomboids. And the rhomboids draw the shoulders back into retraction. They tend to be quite weak. They tend to be or at least an active atomic muscle. And the phasic muscles, the more active ones, are the pectorals, so they pull shoulders forward. We're trying to undo some of that. Love what we do in yoga, we're just trying to undo habitual positions. We're going to slowly roll pelvis back down to the mat and heel toe, feet together. Elevate, supine chair, reach forward, or progression coming into your low navasana, low boat. So even if you're back here in chair now, I want you to see if you can exhale and then bring it up here. You can hold the hamstrings again if you need to. If that transition was impossible, if it didn't make any sense, hey, no big deal, who cares? Roll to one side, push up and bring yourself into it however you want it. If it's not comfortable, fine, separate out the seat bones and then bring yourself back into it, guys. So it's whatever feels comfortable, manageable for you. It's your own practice, totally subjective practice within your four corners of the mat. Modify for injuries, of course. Come back to breath work whenever you lose it. And fold the feet, bring them through. Come into tabletop position. Pull the mat apart with your hands. Switch on your back. Turn your biceps forward. Pull the mat apart with your knees. Switch on your butt, or 2/3 of it at least. Your glute, med, and minor inhale. arch the back, and exhale. Let the elbows bend around out and down towards the belly button. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Less with the neck, more with the rest of the spine. Exhale. And then come to neutral. Heavy on the insides of the hands. So you see this a few times, guys? Fred Lear called this elbow twerking once. She was like, why are you elbow twerking? What it means, it might be a way that you can remember it, is external rotation of the arm, right? Internally rotate, externally rotate. We want to stay with this external as much as we can in the sequence. So really turn the biceps forward. Be heavy there. Step on back. Plank position. Strong plank. Squeeze glutes. Round out. 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk the right hand under the face and open out into side plank. You might be able to rotate your right foot, sole of the foot on the floor. That would be awesome if you could. You might want to scale it though. Bring the knee down here. This is fine. Keep the hips high. Look up. You can catch Panangus of that left big toe if you want it. Release hand down. Right hand goes under right. Left hand under the face. So we do that little walk. And we open out to the opposing side. Engage glutes. Keep the hips high. Want to do the same thing on both sides. So I should probably take my knee down. Take this little extension just to stretch through the back of the shoulder a bit. And then rotate the hand back to the floor. Plank position. Hinge up into downward facing dog. Have a little freestyle, guys. Walk out the dog. Draw circles with your butt. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Whatever feels good. Nod your head yes, shake the head no. Nod the head for maybe. 14 pounds of weight stretches the spine. If you've got a massive dope hand like me, 15 pounds of weight stretching the spine. Inhale, take a bend in the knees, raise on the toes. Now you can hop and pike and float forward. You can step to the top of the mat. You can walk up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Head in line with hips. Keep a flat back, whatever it takes. As we exhale, we forward fold. We might be in the same place. We might be sliding our hands down towards ankles. You might be hands flat on the floor, but don't lose a nice flat spine position. Hands together. Inhale, come on up to vertical. If you want to bend the elbows this time, you can start to go through triceps and externally rotate the shoulders a bit as we take a little back bend. Nothing too huge. It's more about the shoulders probably. Exhale, hands towards mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step on back to a plank position. And we'll vinyasa on this one. So we align ourselves, we're going to exhale forward. Shoulders over fingertips. Exhale, halfway down or less. Inhale, top of the feet. Come into up dog, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, come back through into downward dog. Let me show you that with the knees down. If that was impossible, don't worry guys. We're going to lift up on the toes, roll forward, plank, knees down. It's still going to be hard. Shoulders over fingertips, exhaling less than halfway down or halfway. Inhale, top of the feet, up dog. Push the floor away. Draw your shoulders back together. Purpose of this is to undo some desk posture. Exhale, come backwards through, downward facing dog. Why don't we keep double vinyasa in for this Surya A. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the toes, look forward. Exhale, hop, step, walk, float, jump. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands towards the mat. Uttanasana. Hands together. Inhale. Coming on up, create a little back bend. Exhaling, reversing towards the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands on the mat. Step on back. Plank position. Exhale, forward and inhale. Exhale. downward facing dog. Let's go Surya B, or at least a slightly more modern interpretation of Surya B, Surya Namaskar. Inhale, bend in the knees, raise on the toes. So opportunity, especially if you've been working your handstands with me in these videos from Warrior Addict, then you can maybe hop on up into a tucked handstand, or kind of hop and create the position for a moment even. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands towards the mat, forward fold. This time, drop the hips way down, so sit into a really uncomfortable chair and send the hands up. This is Uttanasana, so this is Utkatasana, 3, biceps higher 2, biceps higher 1, exhale, hand towards the mat, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, hands on the mat. So you can float back to Chaturanga now if you want to, or step back, walk back, plank to Chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. And this is my preference. Going to bring the feet to the center, inhale, right heel to the sky, point the foot, bring the knee to the nose, touch if you can, step the foot down, and inhale, hands up. Now look, if the balance is too much, just bring that rear knee down. That's okay. Exhale, step on back, vinyasa. Inhale, feet to center, and then raise the left, point the foot, knee to the nose, step it down. So if it gets short, you could always bump it up with the hand. Again, knee can be down. To scale this, it's fine. I'm going to work the same thing both sides. Continue to follow that exhalation down into Chaturanga, low plank, inhale into up dog, exhale back, downward facing dog. I'm going to take about 5 breaths in our down dog between each of our rounds. And do 2 rounds of this. So the idea of the sun salutation is this dichotomy present, because it quickens, of course, the heart rate. But the idea is that it slows the respiratory process. Because we're coordinating each inhale and exhale with part of the motion, part of the movement. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the toes, hop up into that ball, handstand again, or walk, step, jump, whatever, to the top of the mat, feet parallel. Inhale, halfway lift, with hands on shins, or not, exhale. Hands towards the mat, forward fold. This is Uttanasana. Bend the knees, way down. Hands going up. Switching on shoulders in flexion, scapula. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. Hands on the mat. Step back. We'll jump back to Chaturanga. From the toes, or again, you can do it with the knees down. Exhale forward and halfway. Inhale up. Urdhva. Exhale backwards. Adho Mukha. Downward dog. And let's come off weighted hands anyway. We're going to bring the feet together, release the knees towards the edges of the mat. You can come up piano fingers if you want to, either dead hands or palms flat. We're going to walk our hands probably off on that over to the right hand side. Then maybe take our left hand on top of that right hand. You can always move your bum as well in the opposite direction to the hands. You can sit on top of your left heel to stretch out through your QL a little bit more through the lower back. Maybe the back of the shoulder feels it too. Hips to neutral. With the hands back through the center. Exhale. Take them over to the left. The hands back through to the center, hips to neutral. Rolling up, tabletop position. Now step back, plank. You can put a vinyasa in here if you want to, or just hinge straight back to downward dog. And then immediately, we're gonna walk to the center, inhale, right heel to the sky. You can open out into split dog if you want to, and then bring that right knee to the right wrist and aim the right ankle for the left wrist. So we're not gonna come up and work all of our king pigeon stuff and catch the foot. Today, we're not gonna get into too much back bending really. We're gonna instead allow the heel to be closer towards the groin if it feels comfortable. If you want to stretch and extend more through piriformis, we might shuffle ourselves backwards to extend this foot towards the top of the mat. See people a lot of the time kind of grab the foot and yank it towards the top of the mat. Don't need to do that, okay? So you can shuffle yourself backwards, it's going to be easier. Create a tall position first, and then slowly exhaling and coming down. I'm going to go traditional in this. I'm not much of a traditionalist, but in this instance I'm going to stack my fists and put my forehead on top of the fists. Getting into the piriformis particularly. Feel that on the right side. Sacrum is balanced. I'm going to start to straighten up. Bring the toes to the mat. Step back, plank position. Vinyasa, exhale forward and down. Inhale forwards and up. Exhale backwards. Down facing dog. Next inhalation, walk the feet to the center. Inhale, raise the left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Point the foot. Take that over the top of the body, gazing out through under the left armpit, but keeping equal weight in both hands. Straighten out. Inhale. Left knee to left wrist. Shuffle myself backwards if I want to, or not. Inhale, lift up the chest. And exhale. Slowly bring it down to that pigeon pose. I can stack the fists again this side for me. Yeah, do you want to grab it?
Yeah, I do.
I'll just put in an edit break here anyway, so we're all good.
That's cool, we can cut
Alright.
edit. So.
I just need like 3 more minutes,
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, fine.
Cool. And action. Coming up, I'm going to sit over onto that left side and bring that right foot around so the feet are touching. I can be back if that's what I need to keep a straight spine. I can be coming forwards and folding way straight forwards and press the knees down towards the mat. Now, being traditional about it, I see a lot of people kind of open the feet like this, opening up the foot book, okay, having to check for foot book updates and all that, but look, it might not be useful for you, okay? If you tend to walk towards the outsides of your feet, if that's the part of your training shoes that you wear down, then probably not the best, right? We just tend to do the stuff that we're good at, and it's like, let's consider what we're doing and try and do the opposite, non-habitual ranges. Alright guys, so we're gonna maybe just bring the feet slightly forward so it's not too intense. for our last couple of minutes. Reach forward, roll back down. If this is too intense, if you don't want to be here for 2 minutes, by all means, Shavasana, straight legs, okay? It's up to you. I'll go Shavasana today, why not? I'm going to be here for quality over quantity. Watch the breath. And next inhalation, we bring the awareness back into the body, the extremities, the fingertips, the toes. And then bring the knees gently up into the chest. Give them a hug or not, whatever feels better, whatever feels best as we exhale. Take a gentle roll to one side, probably going to be the right. I'm going to support ourselves gently back up to vertical seated, relatively straight spine. From here, just point the eyes open. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you next time on your mat. Peace.